Of the 9 people here preparing for today's show, only one will win up to £10,000. The other teammates will leave with nothing, as one by one they're voted off as the weakest link.
Welcome to the weakest link. Any of the 9 people in the studio here today could win up to £10,000. They don't know each other, however. If they want the prize money, they'll have to work as a team. But 8 of them will leave with nothing, as round by round we lose the player, voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Merlin, I'm 47, I'm a systems analyst from Salford.
I'm David, I'm 28, I'm a pricing analyst from St Albans.
I'm Anjan, I'm 38, I'm a doctor from West Yorkshire.
My name's Julie, I'm 25 and I'm a marketeer from Reading.
I'm Danny, I'm 56, I come from North Harrow in London and I'm a salesman.
I'm Giselle, I'm 35, I'm a solicitor from Manchester.
My name's Peter, I'm from Soho in London and I'm a cabaret entertainer.
I'm Laurel, I'm 41, I'm from Bognor Regis and I work in telesales.
I'm Chris from Huddersfield in West Yorkshire, I'm 30 and I'm a production controller.
Now the rules. In each round the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £1,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Anjan. Let's play the weakest link. And the first question is for £20. Start the clock. Anjan, in chess, which piece can only move diagonally?
Bishop.
Correct. Julie, in furniture, what is a Chesterfield?
Chair.
No, it's a couch. Danny, in TV, which cartoon character is famous for eating spinach?
Popeye.
Correct. Giselle, did Albert Einstein announce his special theory of relativity in the year 1895 or 1905?
1905.
Correct. Peter, in nature, which Y is an evergreen tree widely associated with immortality and life after death?
You.
Correct. Laurel.
Bank.
Which sport did Mike Gatting play for England?
Cricket.
Correct. Chris, in architecture, were Robert and James Adam 18th century masters of neoclassical style or the medieval style?
Neoclassical.
Correct. Merlin, which book did Charles Darwin publish in 1859 to explain his theory on evolution?
The Origin of Species.
Correct. David.
Bank.
When correctly spelt, in the word rainy are there 1 or 2 N's?
1.
Correct. Anjan, in dentistry, what name is given to the thin, fibrous material inserted between teeth to remove food and plaque?
Floss.
Correct. Dental floss. Julie.
Bank.
Which Italian city is home to statues of David by Donatello and Michelangelo?
Venice.
Florence. Danny. On an Ordnance Survey map, what does MS stand for?
Pass.
Milestone. Giselle, in the animal kingdom, are Jersey cattle dairy or beef cattle?
Beef.
Dairy. Peter, what is James Bond's favourite drink?
Martini.
Vodka martini, correct. Laurel, in the UK, what is the current telephone dialing code for Belfast?
0121.
02890. Chris, what gas is added to soft drinks to make them fizzy?
Carbon dioxide.
Correct. Merlin, which UK political party's headquarters are at the Dog and Partridge pub in Yateley, Hampshire?
No idea.
The Monster Raving Loony Party. David, in which sport might a bridge and a rack be used?
Snooker.
Correct. Anjan, in the American TV series of the 1960s and 1970s, what was the family name of the Beverly Hillbillies?
Don't know.
The Clampetts. Julie, The SNCF is the national railway system of which country?
France.
Correct. Danny, in imperial weights, 28 pounds is equivalent to how many stones?
2.
Correct. Giselle, which of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother's relatives, succeeded her as Chancellor of London University?
Princess Margaret.
Princess Royal. Peter, in the UK from the year 2000, what are the first 2 digits of all new mobile phone numbers?
07.
Correct. Laurel, in
Bank.
geometry, which semicircular instrument is used for measuring angles?
Protractor.
Correct. Chris. Time's up. You banked £270 of your £1,000 target. Who's holding you back? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, Julie is the first weakest link of the game. Peter is the strongest link, having answered the most questions correctly, although Laurel banked the most money for the team. But at this early stage, how will the votes go?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Julie.
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 Giselle.
Julie.
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 In that first round, you had a chain of 8 correct answers, and if you'd waited to bank till after 8 and not before, you would have won £800 instead of the 270 that you did win. Peter, why Julie?
She's the only one that I could remember getting an answer wrong.
Right. Did you bank anything?
No, I don't think I did.
Julie did. Unanimously, 8 votes. Julie, that's what you got. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm obviously very disappointed and embarrassed to be voted out as the weakest link on the first round, especially as it was unanimously. It was nerves got the better of me. There's not an awful lot to go on, but I think they should vote for Giselle because she should have been here instead of me right now.
Round 2, and you've won £270 so far out of a possible 1,000. 8 of you left. We are now taking 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Peter. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Peter, which dictator executed by partisans in 1945 was known as Il Duce?
Mussolini.
Correct. Laurel, the US postal address ND is the abbreviation for which state?
Pass.
North Dakota. Chris, in which century did William Wordsworth become the English poet laureate?
20th.
19th. Merlin, in fashion, what is a parka?
A pen.
An overcoat. David, which film featuring Kermit and his friends is based on a Dickens novel?
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Correct. Anjan, which of these cities is furthest from London by plane, Harare or Havana?
Harare.
Correct. Danny, in food, is chervil a spice or a herb?
It's a herb.
Correct. Giselle, in pop music, We Are the Champions was a hit in 1977 for which group?
Queen.
Correct. Peter,
Bank.
in which century did Lord Lovat become the last person in England to be judicially executed by beheading?
19th.
18th century. Laurel, a variety of which cereal plant produces corn on the cob or sweet corn?
Maize.
Correct. Chris, the Epcot Center is a tourist attraction in which American state?
Florida.
Correct. Merlin, is the Caspian Strip part of Greece or part of a plant?
Greece.
Part of a plant. David, what Q is another name for the chemical element mercury?
Quicksilver.
Correct. Anjan, in TV, That's Living All Right was the theme tune to which comedy drama of the 1980s?
Of Wiedersehen, Pet.
Correct. Danny, which year of the 20th century was Germany officially reunited?
85.
1990.
Bank.
Giselle, in history, was bull leaping a popular sport in Crete or Majorca?
Mallorca.
Crete. Peter, In the UK, what are the first two letters in the Chelmsford postcode?
CH.
CM. Laurel. Which African animal is also known as a gnu? A wildebeest or a buffalo?
Pass.
Wildebeest. Chris. In pop music, which Frankie Goes to Hollywood song was banned by the BBC in 1984?
Relax.
Correct. Merlin. The capital city, Jakarta, is found on which Indonesian island?
Malaysia.
Java. David. With what sport would you associate Australian Greg Norman?
Golf.
Correct. Anjan. In which country was the novelist and playwright Samuel Beckett born?
Ireland.
Correct. Danny. In the Bible, did God tell Noah to build the ark out of cypress wood or pine wood?
Cypress wood.
Correct.
Bank.
Giselle. What is the British word for the part of a railway that Americans call switches? Time's up. The correct answer is points. And in that round, you got £300 of the £1,000 you could have won. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The worst player statistically is Merlin, who failed to answer a single question correctly and lost the most money for the team. The strongest link is Anjan, although Giselle banked the most money. But will the players have picked up on these details?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Laurel.
Giselle.
Giselle.
Merlin.
Laurel.
Merlin.
Chris.
Merlin.
Danny. Why Merlin?
I just felt that she got questions wrong that she should have got right.
Right. And did you get any questions wrong, Danny?
Yep.
Chris, why Merlin?
I just feel she didn't do as well as the rest of the people on the team.
Right. Well, it was certainly interesting, Merlin, to find you thinking a parka was a pen rather than an overcoat. And with 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I was a bit annoyed at myself with the questions I got wrong because they were really easy ones, really, thinking about it. But I think the adrenaline carries you through the first round, and by the second, the nerves are starting to set in. So you stop thinking clearly. Next will either be Danny or Laurel, I think. Neither are performing as well as they could do. They're not quite as bad as me, but they're not far off it.
Round 3, and of the £2,000 you could have won by now, you've actually put in the kitty just £570. There's 7 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Anjan. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Anjan, in botany, what pea is the stalk of a leaf called?
Pass.
Petiole. Danny, which famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci did Francis I of France buy for his bathroom?
A Gioconda.
Or the Mona Lisa, thank you. Giselle, Blanche Dubois and Stanley Kowalski appear in which Tennessee Williams play?
The Glass Menagerie.
A Streetcar Named Desire. Peter, in education, Hobbiton College of Education is part of which British university?
Middlesex.
Cambridge. Laurel, in the Do-Re-Mi musical scale, which note precedes so?
Far.
Correct. Chris, which fruit has varieties called Granny Smith, Golden Delicious and Gala?
Apples.
Correct. David, which British city is the home of the Royal Liver Building?
Liverpool.
Correct. Anjan, which BBC radio station was the first to broadcast nationally 24 hours a day?
Radio 4.
Radio 2. Danny, in which decade was national service abolished in the UK?
In the 50s.
In the 1960s. Giselle, in business, do public limited companies or private limited companies sell their shares on the stock market?
Public limited companies.
Correct. Peter, in the animal kingdom, the extinct bird, the moa, was native to which country, Australia or New Zealand?
New Zealand.
Correct. Laurel,
Bank.
which former Wimbledon footballer appeared in the year 2000 film Snatch?
Vinnie Jones.
Correct. Chris, what part of the body is odontophobia a fear of?
The nose.
Teeth. David, in 1930, who became the first woman to fly solo from Britain to Australia?
Mary Fisher.
Amy Johnson. Anjan, Babbacombe Bay, Slapton Sands and Ilfracombe are all beaches in which English county?
Devon.
Correct. Danny. In gardening, Mrs. Popple is a variety of which flower?
Rose.
Fuchsia. Giselle, in English law, what name is given to the crime of marrying while still legally married to someone else?
Bigamy.
Correct. Peter. The city of Carlisle in Cumbria lies on which river?
Trent.
The Eden. Laurel. The British TV soap El Dorado was set in which country?
Spain.
Correct. Chris. In the New Testament, who was beheaded at the request of the daughter of Herodias?
Pass.
John the Baptist. David. Which Hollywood actor had a pop hit with the song Gettin' Jiggy With It?
Will Smith.
Correct. Anjan. Does the Atlantic Ocean lie off the east or the west coast of South America?
It lies off the east.
Correct. Danny. Time's up. You banked £50. The variety is endless, but who do you think you would be better off without? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, Chris is this round's weakest link. Laurel is the strongest link, the only member of the team to answer all her questions correctly, and the only one to bank any money. But will the voting reflect the reality?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Danny.
Danny.
And Jen.
Anjan.
Giselle.
Anjan.
Anjan.
Giselle, why Anjan?
I just thought he hesitated a bit too much.
Chris, you thought Anjan was the worst player, did you?
He seemed to hesitate and he lost some money when he didn't bank.
But actually, statistically, he wasn't the worst player.
No.
Because you were. But it's votes that count. Anjan, with 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I did know the answers to some of the questions that I got wrong, for example, PTL, but it didn't come to mind at the time. It's difficult to predict who will be voted off in the next round because all the players seem to have had some strong rounds and some weaker rounds.
Round 4, £620 in the kitty. That's out of potential prize money of £3,000. 6 of you left. Another 10 seconds off the clock now. You have only 2.5 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Laurel. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Laurel, in chemistry, which gaseous element has the smaller atomic weight, hydrogen or oxygen?
Hydrogen.
Correct. Chris, what is the nationality of former world darts champion Raymond van Barneveld?
Dutch.
Correct. David, in which year was the UK gas industry privatised as British Gas?
1982.
1986. Danny, in which century was the hormone insulin first isolated?
19th.
20th. Giselle, in fashion, which knee-length shorts are named after an Atlantic island?
Bermuda.
Correct. Peter, in which decade was the first petrol-driven motor car made in the United Kingdom?
The 1900s.
1890s. Laurel, is the wormwood a type of plant or a type of insect?
Plant.
Correct. Chris, in UK charity work, what does the abbreviation VSO stand for?
Voluntary service abroad.
Voluntary
Overseas.
service overseas. David, in Celtic folklore, which bee is a supernatural spirit whose screaming is feared as an omen of impending death?
Beelzebub.
Banshee. Danny, Last Christmas and Club Tropicana were hits for which 80s pop group?
Wham.
Correct. Giselle, what word can mean both a joint of ham and a German white wine?
Hock.
Correct. Peter, in 1872, Victoria Woodhull became the first woman to run for which office in the United States of America?
President.
Correct. Laurel,
Bank.
in equestrian sport, the pommel, cantle and girth are all parts of what?
Saddle.
Correct. Chris, which of these islands is the largest, Greenland or New Guinea?
Greenland.
Correct. David, Kemal Atatürk was the first president of which country?
Turkey.
Correct. Danny, how many atoms of oxygen are there in a molecule of water?
2.
1. Giselle, in which year of the 1980s was Black Monday in Britain?
1985.
1987. Peter, which state in the US is nicknamed Badger State?
Idaho.
Wisconsin. Laurel, which car company produced a model called the Testarossa?
Fiat.
Ferrari. Chris, in food, which fruit is the basis of the dish guacamole?
Avocado.
Correct. David,
Bank.
which side of the zodiac is represented by a member of the cat family?
Sagittarius.
Leo. Danny, in the TV programme EastEnders, the DeMarco family left Albert Square to live in which county? Time's up. The correct answer was Leicestershire, and in that round, team, you won £220. But who, frankly, is past their best? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the second time in a row, Laurel is the strongest link statistically. The weakest link is David, who only answered one question correctly, although he did bank money for the team. How will the votes go?
Voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Chris.
Peter.
David.
Danny.
Peter.
David.
We have a tie. David and Peter, 2 votes each. Giselle, why David?
Just thought he got quite a few wrong in the last round.
Right. Danny, what have you got against Peter?
Nothing particularly. I just didn't think he did that well this time.
He got 2 questions wrong, didn't he? Do you know anyone else who got 2 questions wrong?
Me, probably.
That's correct. When the vote is tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. And the strongest link in the last round was Laurel. So, who would you like to get rid of? David or Peter?
I think for the rest of the game's benefit, David.
Why?
I think Peter's more consistent in general over the rounds than David's
Right.
been.
Lucky Peter. David, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm disappointed I got the question wrong about the Banshee. I knew what I said was wrong, but I wanted to say something. I think that next they will vote off Chris, because throughout the rounds he's got 1 or 2 wrong.
Round 5. Your total is £840 so far, but if you'd hit your targets, it would be £4,000. 5 players left, another 10 seconds coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round, that's Laurel. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Laurel, in which US state is the volcano Mount St. Helens?
Washington.
Correct. Chris, the name of which flying dinosaur comes from the Greek for wing and finger?
Pterodactyl.
Correct. Danny, which surname is shared by the actors Hugh and Richard E?
Grant.
Correct.
Bank.
Giselle, in pop music, Baggy Trousers and It Must Be Love were top 10 hits for which group?
Madness.
Correct. Peter, in 18th century Britain, the Tories were one of the main political parties. What was the other?
The Whigs.
Correct. Laurel, what
Bank.
H is the word describing a plant which dies to soil level in winter?
Pass.
Herbaceous. Chris, how many feet are there in 10 yards?
30.
Correct. Danny, in television, which British actor starred in both The Likely Lads and Only When I Laugh?
James Bolam.
Correct. Giselle, in which month of the year is Europe Day celebrated?
July.
May. Peter, which country was known as the Dutch East Indies until 1945?
Guyana.
Indonesia. Laurel, which film star has won the most Oscars for Best Actress?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Katharine Hepburn. Chris, what is the longest bone in the human body?
Tibia.
Femur. Danny, in the children's nursery rhyme, where did little Polly Flinders sit?
Cinders.
Among the cinders. Giselle, during World War II, the initials ARP stood for Air what precautions?
Raid.
Air raid precautions. Peter, which star of the film Seven did Gwyneth Paltrow say was the sexiest man alive?
Brad Pitt.
Morgan Freeman. Laurel, the lotus flower is the national symbol of which Asian country?
Indonesia.
India. Chris, in TV, which comedy starring Stephanie Cole featured the rebellious residents of a retirement home?
Don't know.
Waiting for God. Danny, in football during the year's Charity Shield game against Chelsea, which Manchester United midfielder was sent off?
Roy Keane.
Correct. Giselle, the
Bank.
song Luck Be a Lady Tonight comes from which musical?
Pass.
Guys and Dolls. Peter, in the British honours system, what does MBE stand for?
Member of the Order of the British Empire.
Correct. Laurel. Time's up. You banked just in time. And in that round, you won £190. But who is out of their depth? There aren't too many rounds to go. Think dunces. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, Danny is the strongest link in this round. In a change of fortune, Laurel is now the weakest link, having got the most questions wrong. However, she did bank money for the team. Will this save her from being voted off?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Giselle.
Peter.
Giselle.
Peter.
Peter.
Chris, why Peter?
It seemed to be getting more wrong than the other three.
Oh, really? I could tell you someone else who got as many wrong as Peter.
Yeah.
Laurel, did you get as many wrong as Peter?
Probably, yeah.
Well, you didn't actually. You got
I
more
got
wrong.
more, right.
Yeah. Statistically, you were the worst player. Why did you vote for Peter?
Because I voted for him last time and I thought, yeah, it seemed to be the right one to vote for this time.
It's votes that count. So it's back to Soho for Peter. Peter, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
The main problem is that some of the questions are absolutely foul and other ones are completely simple. And you get so wound up trying to think, who's answering correctly, who's banking, what's my next question going to be? Don't care who's voted off next. It's a stupid game and I just want to go home. Thank you.
Round 6. You've won £1,030. You could have won £5,000 by now. 4 of you left. We are cutting another 10 seconds from your time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Danny. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Danny, in which decade did Brighton become Britain's first town or city to have permanent electric street lighting?
1800s.
1880s. Giselle, in the Star Wars film, who does the young Anakin Skywalker grow up to become?
Darth Vader.
Correct. Laurel, in which country is Tel Aviv?
Israel.
Correct. Chris, Prince William left which school this year after completing his A-levels?
Eton.
Correct.
Bank.
Danny, which island in San Francisco Bay was the site of a maximum security federal prison, 1934 to 1963?
Alcatraz.
Correct. Giselle, if a French road sign says you are 160 kilometres from Paris, how many more miles do you need to travel to reach Paris?
200.
100. Laurel, athletes from which country traditionally lead the parade at the opening of the Olympic Games?
Greece.
Correct. Chris, in the animal kingdom, the widder is a bird from which continent?
Oceania.
Africa. Danny, in geography, the island of Madeira is in which ocean?
The Atlantic.
Correct. Giselle, in which Shakespearean play do the characters Bottom, Oberon and Puck appear?
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Correct. Laurel,
Bank.
in pop music, which member of Genesis had a hit in 1983 with You Can't Hurry Love?
Phil Collins.
Correct. Chris, in the nursery rhyme, little boys are made of slugs and snails, and what else?
Little toenails.
Puppy dog tails. Danny, what name is given to the art of inducing plants to produce flowers or fruit before their normal season?
Pass.
Forcing. Giselle, what is the name of the Watergate-inspired film which starred Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman?
Pass.
All the President's Men. Laurel, who wrote the book Highgrove, Portrait of an Estate?
Prince Charles.
Correct. Chris.
Bank.
Ely, Huntingdon and Peterborough, all places in which county?
Cambridgeshire.
Correct, Danny. In food, malt vinegar is made from which alcoholic liquid?
Wine.
Beer. Giselle, in 1959, which country was the first to land a man-made object on the moon?
Russia.
Correct,
Bank.
Laurel.
Bank.
In the International Phonetic... Time's up. I can't complete the question. And you banked £190. Is there a helpless, hopeless person that would be better off at home? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Having been the worst player in the last round, Laurel is the strongest link this time, the only player to answer all her questions correctly. The weakest link is Danny, who got the most questions wrong, although he did bank the most money for the team. Will this save him when it comes to the voting?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Giselle.
Chris. Chris.
Giselle.
Well, team, we have another tie. Giselle and Chris, 2 votes each. Chris, why Giselle?
She just seemed to be getting a few questions wrong.
On the other hand, of course, Chris, you think little boys are made of little toenails, do you?
It seemed to fit at the time.
Giselle, why Chris?
He did quite badly on that round. He got quite a number of questions wrong.
Yes, he did. He was the weakest link statistically. Laurel, yet again, as the strongest link, you have the deciding vote.
Right, well, I think I'll stick to what I originally said, Chris. This
Why?
time. He seemed to be the one that was getting more wrong and not banking any money.
Well, in fact, he banked £20, but statistically, he was the weakest link. Laurel's had enough of you. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
One of the questions I got wrong was what little boys were made of. Should have been little puppy dogs' tails. I said little toenails, which seemed to fit at the time, but obviously wasn't right. I think the next person to go will be Giselle. I think Laurel and Danny seem to be doing a lot better, and I think they'll be the ones who get to the final.
Round 7. You have £1,220 in the bank out of the 6,000 you could have won by now. 3 of you left, another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Laurel. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Laurel, the American TV comedy Rhoda was a spin-off from which successful series of the 70s?
Cheers.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Danny, in pop music, which group had hits with the songs I'm Too Sexy and Deeply Dippy?
Right said Fred.
Correct. Giselle, which canal passes through the man-made Lake Gatun and the Gaillard Cut?
Suez Canal.
The Panama Canal. Laurel, what metal is mixed with copper to produce brass?
Bronze.
Zinc. Danny, in which month is the Queen and Prince Philip's wedding anniversary?
August.
November. Giselle, which 1995 John Grisham novel was made into a film directed by Francis Ford Coppola?
The Firm.
The Rainmaker. Laurel, in the animal kingdom, the grey lag is a breed of which type of bird?
Goose.
Correct.
Bank.
Danny, with what sport would you primarily associate Jeremy Guscott?
Rugby union.
Correct. Giselle, in 1966, Britain's first safari park was established in the grounds of which house?
Pass.
Longleat. Laurel, in television, what kind of building was the setting for Oh, Dr. Beeching, starring Sue Pollard?
Railway station.
Correct. Danny, Thailand changed its name from what in 1939?
Siam.
Correct. Giselle,
Bank.
in politics, what international organisation was set up after the signing of the North Atlantic Treaty in 1949?
OPEC.
NATO. Laurel, which artist began painting characteristic scenes of his native industrial Lancashire during World War I?
Alice Lowry.
L.S. Lowry, correct. Danny, which American author is the creator and executive producer of the TV show ER?
Pass.
Michael Crichton. Giselle,
Bank.
who played Fred's mother-in-law in the film The Flintstones in Viva Rock, Las Vegas?
Joan Collins.
Correct. Laurel,
Bank.
in food, an H-bone is a cut of which meat?
Beef.
Correct. Danny, Which Irish poet has published collections titled North, Fieldwork and Staten Island? Time's up. The correct answer was Seamus Heaney. Not very good in the round either. You won only £90. Now, in round 8, you get the chance to treble what you bank, and that means in the next round, there's £3,000 to be won. The question is, who can't do the job? Time to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, the weakest link is Giselle. For the 4th time in the game, Laurel is the strongest link statistically, as she answered the most questions correctly. However, she was the only player not to bank any money for the team. At this crucial stage in the game, how will the voting go?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Giselle.
Danny.
Giselle.
Laurel, why Giselle?
Out of the 3, I think she's the weakest link.
Danny, why Giselle?
I think Giselle is the weakest link.
Really? She banked the most money? But statistically, you're right, she was the weakest link. Giselle with 2 votes. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think the winner will probably be Danny because he seems to have better general knowledge than Laurel, although Laurel has been good at the overall tactics of the game.
Round 8, team. You've won £1,310 so far out of a possible £7,000. Laurel and Danny, just the 2 of you left, and this time you have only 90 seconds. But whatever you win in this round will be trebled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. So £3,000 is at stake in this round. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Laurel. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Laurel, in clothing, where on the body would a soldier wear his busby?
On his head.
Correct. Danny, what do crocodiles swallow both to stay underwater and to aid digestion?
Food.
Stones. Laurel, from which country did the USA acquire Florida in 1819?
Mexico.
Spain. Danny, in the J.R.R. Tolkien novel, what type of creature is Bilbo Baggins?
He's a hobbit.
Correct. Laurel, in drink, which fruit is used to make the brandy Calvados?
Pears.
Apple. Danny, what is the capital of Colombia?
Quito. No.
Bogota. Laurel, in what year did Greece join the European Community, now called the European Union?
1990.
1981. Danny, which Welsh city is the home of the Millennium Stadium?
Swansea.
Cardiff. Laurel, in which year did badminton become a medal sport at the Olympic Games?
1932.
1992. Danny, which museum in Madrid contains the world's greatest collection of Spanish paintings?
Prado.
Correct. Laurel, what was the nationality of the singer Nena, who reached the charts in 1984 with 99 red balloons?
Icelandic.
German. Danny, what nationality is the famous fashion designer Givenchy?
French.
Correct.
Bank.
Laurel, in what year was the Great Fire of London?
1666.
Correct.
Bank.
Danny, what nationality was the composer and musician Frank Zappa?
American.
Correct. Laurel,
Bank.
in literature, which occupation was shared by the Bronte characters? Time up. I can't complete the question, and having got rid of 7 weakest links, you managed to bank just £60. We'll treble that and add it to the winnings from the previous rounds. That means prize money today of £1,490. But, of course, only one of you can take that money away. So you will now be playing against each other head-to-head. I'll ask alternate questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It's as simple as that. If there's a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So, Laurel and Danny, for £1,490, let's play the weakest link. Danny, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
I'd like Laurel to go first.
Laurel, Which British writer had the first names Pelham and Grenville?
P.G. Wodehouse.
Correct. Danny. Name either of the women after whom a book of the Bible is named.
Ruth.
Correct. Laurel. In the 1989 animated film The Little Mermaid, what does the mermaid trade to become human?
Immortality.
She trades her voice. Danny. In 20th century US politics, who held the post of president for 3 years despite never being elected president or vice president?
Gerald Ford.
That is the correct answer. Laurel. What K is the SI, or standard unit of temperature, which was named after a 19th century physicist?
Kelvin.
That is the correct answer. Danny. In education, what does the abbreviation GCSE stand for?
General Certificate of Secondary Education.
That is the correct answer. Laurel. In the American TV series Happy Days, which actor played Fonzie?
Henry Winkler.
That is the correct answer. Danny. What were first installed at Princess Square Road Junction in Wolverhampton on November the 5th, 1927?
Traffic lights.
That is the correct answer. Laurel, you need to answer this question correctly to stay in the game. In children's television, which Teletubby adores playing with her ball?
Lala.
That is the correct answer. Danny, for £1,490. From what country is Professor Erno Rubik, the inventor of the Rubik's Cube?
Poland.
The correct answer is Hungary. So after 5 questions, we have a tie. We now go into a sudden death situation. The questions will continue in pairs. Laurel, if you get your question correct, then Danny will have to answer his correctly or he will lose. And Laurel, if you get your question wrong, then Danny will have to answer his correctly to win. So, Laurel and Danny, let's play sudden death. Laurel, what was the first name of the poet Lord Byron?
Alfred.
George is the correct answer. Danny, answer this question correctly and you have won. Which country's heads of state are the Spanish Bishop of Urgell and the President of France?
Andorra.
That is the correct answer. That means, Danny, you are today's strongest link and you go away with £1,490. Laurel, you leave with nothing. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
I should have won it on the question about Professor Rubik. I really knew that he was Hungarian. It just went from my mind altogether.
I'd like to have won, but at least there wasn't a huge amount of money that I lost.
I expect I'll take my family away on holiday with the money. If there's any left by the time they sort of went out and had a drink.